Hey everybody, how you doing? Hopefully you guys are doing well and having a great start to the week. Um, Monday morning, currently 5 a.m. I'm in the process of making making a coffee, and I'm waiting to go and get it right now. And I will be back to talk some nonsense. Um, Hopefully not too much nonsense, but there is something I would like to say. Be right back. And here I am with coffee and also with economy face masks. Um, One of the girls that delivers the newspapers to the guests in the hotel is coming in, and she has quite a big round to do, and especially now that the lockdown's been sort of semi-lifted, and so the round has been extended for her, and so I've promised she's gonna get one of these Economy face masks, which I have also worn myself. But the thing is with these, they're very paperish. They're very, I don't know, amateurish. I don't know. It's, I mean, but as they say, any form of protection is good. It's better than none. Which I totally agree. I totally agree on that, 100%. My first day back at work tonight, after a couple of nights off, and the first night always kills me, and it's it's not quite done that yet, but I will feel the effects when I get home in 2 hours and 15 minutes or something like that. But anyway, how's everyone doing tonight? This is a little message. I say it all the time. One of the one of the times I've been wanting to do is a message for Hunter of Destiny, and I would like to personally thank him for being a very good friend and somebody that is really just being there for not just for myself but for a lot of people as well. And I hope he's listening. Not live probably right now. He's probably sleeping, but he might watch the video later on. But it is true. Um, so Hunter, if you're if you watch this video, my voice is going again. Thank you very much for for being a really good friend. Especially on online, and it'd be an honor to meet you. And it's funny because I've got other friends, got tons of friends like Sarah and Rev, and Rev and me actually come from the same area. Believe it or not, technically, pretty much close. But I'd love to meet Rev properly. And you know what I mean by properly, Rev. And no, I wouldn't do that to you. Um, but yeah. Like Holly, Cubby, and Sarah. You guys have just been fantastic. And it's frustrating for me because when I finish work, at the moment I'm doing Sunday to Friday morning, and as much as I would love to do it. I'd love to just game with you guys. I really would love to game, and I know I came online the other night, and I was playing the tennis game. I was like this. I was just like this now, and I just think to myself, I shouldn't be so exhausted. I shouldn't be so exhausted. Surely not. Also, this is going to come off. I think there's a a 50-50 split on the hair. Um, do I shave it off? If I shaved it off, it would be a number four. It would be a number four. It would be nothing like number one or two or anything like that. Because I don't want to look like that. I dated someone like that once. And I can't believe I just said that. Anyway, I didn't really. I just made that part up. No. And it just doesn't. It's not for me. It's more for people that are bigger, and it looks better on certain people. But I like my hair. I like my hair. I like my hair, but not this length. Not this length at all. So I am currently waiting. Oh dear, I've got a little fault in the system here. There we go. I don't care if it's fixed or not. Doing nothing anyway. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, so yeah. Looks like we're in for another 3 weeks of lockdown, guys. Well, in the north anyway. Which I'm glad of, because I thought to ease any restrictions would be ridiculous, and I'm glad. I don't like Nicola Sturgeon, of course I don't. I don't like liberalism at all. It's not that I don't like liberalism. Yeah, I'll get there eventually. I, but I can understand there is a necessity for it. You have to have a mixture. You have to have all sides involved. I think maybe I'm just getting old, and I'm just getting miserable, and you get tired of too much liberalism. There we go. In the world, because in the end, it causes more problems than it solves. I believe that. I really truly believe that. However, you need to have compassion, and compassion is extremely important. It's extremely important. Doesn't matter what persuasion you are in terms of politics or anything like that. You have to have compassion for your fellow human beings, because at the end of the day, we are one thing, and that's human beings. Guys, we're all animals at the end of the day. We are all animals. I mean, the only difference between us and a dog and a cat is the fact that we can talk and have intelligence. And even then, that's debatable. Um, sometimes they can show more love than we can. And and on that subject, that that's a strange one. That's I didn't quite expect to say that, but yeah, but it's true. It's true. We are all we're all animals. You know, we're all mammals. That's the real word to say. You know, we're all mammals. We're all flesh and blood, DNA, brains, hearts, souls, and liver. I find it quite funny saying it like that, but it's true. It's absolutely true. We're all those things and more, and that's where the human part comes in and more, and that's where we should be setting the example to the humans. Well, actually, yes, yeah, we should be setting these examples of the humans, but we have. It's so difficult. See, deep in my heart, I'm somebody that believes in honesty and truthfulness and nature, and I think it's important because who's going to be there to tell our kids and our grandkids, you know, what happened in 2020, you know, and I would rather they never knew. Now, does that make me a bad person? No, it doesn't. And people need to stop worrying about oh my god, they're gonna think I'm a bad person. No, no, no. What makes you a bad person is if you're some sort of rapist or murderer. That's what makes you a bad person. You know, if you're Adolf Hitler or Joseph Stalin, that's different. You know, but 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 I think it's fair to say most of us are none of those things. You know, um, or Osama bin Laden or something like that. You know, we're all just human beings just wanting to get along and yeah, first night back, guys, and I have. I can't move these because I'm gonna nudge my phone. But I've got two bookings for this hotel. I will soon be leaving this hotel and going to my own one, which I know some of you guys know the news, but I don't want to say too much just yet because obviously it's a tough time for everyone, you know. And I want everyone to be safe and not worry about too much stuff, you know. Now this mask situation, right? As I said earlier on, I'm keeping these economy masks for. Well, I'm giving her one. The paper woman is getting one mask because she has to go through a really dodgy area, you know, where they have to use elevators and stuff like that. And you don't know how many people have been touching the handrails or, you know, the amount of germs that could be in those elevators, you know. And that's true. That is exactly, that is so true. And I never thought about it like that until she mentioned it to me last night. So I think she's right. And also, just you know, just always general protection. You know, it's like in the 90s when you got told to wear condoms. You know, thankfully I was never told to wear condoms. I knew already, um, but the thought of my own mother or my own, you know, my dad was, I don't know, maybe I think he did, I don't know, but the thought of my own parents saying to me, use a condom, I would die. I would, I would literally die at the thought of hearing my parents use that word. or even my grandmother, grandmother, my grandmother using that word. I'd hate to hear that word mentioned. I'd just like, you didn't know about those things. And the funny thing is, it's like we think we're so advanced and stuff like that. Yeah, our parents were youngsters in the 70s and the early 80s and stuff like that. So they knew they had a good idea, and you almost think like your parents would never know about things like that. And but it's funny. It's funny, in a way, in a way. But I still wouldn't like to hear him say it. And I think I've mentioned this once to somebody that I follow or follows me. Don't know why you would, but you know what I mean. Okay, well protected, guys. This is how it should be. Now you don't need gloves in an office. You don't need gloves in an office. Christ, that's daft. That's daft. But but what I'm trying to say is, we all thought, oh God, our parents knew nothing, and but most of our friends in our group are in our 30s, our 40s, and and our parents were, teens and 20s in the 1970s and stuff like that. So it's crazy to think that they didn't know, or it's just try being a parent. I'm not physically a parent. Um, uh, I can't quite go into any more detail on that one, um, but no. I just I certainly wouldn't like to give the talk. Now this is quite an interesting topic. Have you guys ever had the talk? Right? When I see the talk, you know what I'm talking about. The talk. And the talk is when your mother, preferably father, decides to talk about the birds and the bees, shall we say, right? Now the only birds and bees talk I ever got literally was one day coming out of my house. This is in the second house. I can't remember. Yeah, second house or third house. It sounds weird saying that as well, but one of the houses anyway. I think it was Greendale. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And it was a hot day, and we had a bench just right outside, to the right hand side of the front door. And I think I'd either been coming back or I'd been going out. I can't remember. And the furthest, the furthest, oh God, I can't believe this. The furthest we ever got to this discussion was asking if your foreskin was too tight. That was it. It was like, no, it's fine, bye. That was it. See you later. That was from my father. And actually, so yeah, it was from him. Yeah. And I just thought, no. And if it was, I wouldn't be telling you. I'll be telling my doctor. Or I'll be telling Sarah or Hunter. Nah, I wouldn't be doing that. It just, stuff like that was never really for me. I think things have to be discovered, and I don't envy being a parent. And Holly, this goes out to you as well. Holly, I think you do a fantastic job with Poppy. especially under the pressure that you've been under, and like we've all been under, but you've really handled it well. And sometimes when we're playing online and stuff like that, and we're all online together, and I hear you, and you keep as calm as hell. I mean, God, I think you do so well with her, you know, and you really deserve a medal, and you deserve a holiday as well. Um, I really believe that. I really believe that. I think you do. Um, because thankfully, the ones that you know, I know. I mean, they're older, you know, so it's fine. It's not. They're not so. They're not at the age where they're, you know, you know, carrying on. But that's just kids. That's what kids do. But it's easier. It's easy to say, you know, but when it's happening, it's not as easy to deal with. And I think you've done a fantastic job. Um, oh, I can do it. I can do it. No, no. I just think it depends. I mean, I suppose it depends. You do a really good job with her. I know you've done some videos. And guys, if anyone hasn't done this, please check out Ducky Quack Quack. She is she's a great mum. Um, a great friend, and she does her best, and that's all you can ever ask of somebody. That's the that's all you can ever ask of someone is to do their best. Now for me tonight, guys, it has just been, it's been tough, but I think since Mr. Johnson's announcement, yeah, we've seen an upsurge in bookings. It happened. We knew it was gonna happen, and so all the English people are gonna come up, and because this is a private hotel, so we can sort of technically accept these things. And obviously, the oil is a big thing in Scotland. Well, especially up in the northeast of Scotland. So things are looking up. Things are definitely looking up. So what I will say to, which she probably won't be watching, is to Nicola Sturgeon. Please, please deal with the crisis in the nursing homes. Because if you don't, people are going to look at you in a pretty bad light. And I know, I do know they are doing their best. And I genuinely believe that. I genuinely believe that. But you cannot, you cannot leave people to die. I mean, that's literally what's happening now, you know? And it's almost like you're now trying to use this as a tool for independence against the British, which worries me as well. And I think, it, unfortunately, it's working. And it you need to have a moral compass. You need to have a moral conscience, even. You have a conscience in general. And that's not the way to do it. I'm no fan of independence. I'm completely against it. Um, but my biggest worry is it could be achieved via this. And it will leave us in the biggest dire straits. Because, as I said, guys, this virus, you know, it's not a huge thing in Scotland. It it that's not completely true, but it has affected it to a great extent. but not like you see in France or Italy or anything like that. You know, London's horrifically affected, but understandably so because London is so full of citizens. You know, I nearly said something else there, but would I dream of doing a thing like that? Yes, I fucking would, but I wouldn't say it. But yeah, but guys, yeah, just be careful. And I know the message now has changed. It's now be alert. You can go out of your homes. You can go to the shops anytime you want. You can go out whenever you want. We know all this. We know all this has changed. But it doesn't mean you can't. You can be complacent. It doesn't mean you can be complacent. You must still be. I don't know. I'm sick of it as well. I mean, God, I am. I'm fucking sick of it as well. Of course I am. Everybody else is. But you must still be sensible about the whole thing. Because otherwise it's gonna ruin it for everyone. I'm not I'm not so sure about this whole thing. I think there is more to it than what we've been told. That's obvious. That's completely obvious. Um we'll never know. We'll never know that. Because there's certain factors that would have to be made public, and if they were made public, if that was the case, then it would be testament to World War III with, well, World War III in general, you know, which we don't want. Obviously, we want a nice peaceful world. So let's keep it that way, guys, and let's stop the negativity. Let's stop the negativity, and I mean in general. You know, you have to start somewhere. We've tried. When we first came into this century, this decade, even last decade, you know, there was so much hope, and then in 2001, it was blasted away by Al Qaeda, you know, and we've never stopped since that day hating and fighting, and you know, it has to stop. We need to get to a mutual understanding. We really do. You know, okay, this has turned into something not quite what I want to talk about, but it really has to stop. And let's try. That's all I can say is let's try. Let's try and, you know, if you can't listen, it's human nature for people not to get on. It's human nature. But what's not human nature is for people to be murderous bastards. That's not human nature. It never will be. If you feel that's the case, then you shouldn't be on this planet. Or you should be in some sort of psychiatric um, mental institution or something like that. I don't know. I mean, it's just wrong. But anyway, I'm going to go back to my message to Hunter of Destiny. Hunter, I have a little song for you. No, I have two things for you. I have a song, and I also have a recommendation. And the song is I can't remember it. It's called Tired, and it's also called 5:30 in the morning. But the song actually was no. How did it go again? I can't remember what it's called, but it's a Queen song, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I know you're a massive Queen fan. Um, But oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I want to break free. I want to break free. It's that one, but I'm not gonna go through it because there are we actually have guests. We've got guests now come in. So as I say, things are up and up and up. I was gonna do a little different version of it, but the second message is to Hunter of Destiny is I want you to pick me a game that you think's important. Not important, but that I will like and you know I'll like, and it has to be something that you'll know I'll like. And I need to get this mask off. Do you remember this scene, guys, from Star Wars? Hey, this is what I can do my work. For 7 more days, guys, and I'm back. I'm back at my old work. I'm back at my old hotel. My own hotel. Well, it's not mine, but you know what I mean. The one I will be managing. Listen. Luke, help me take this mask off. But you'll die. Nothing can stop that now. Remember? Return of the Jedi. There you go. So guys, have a great night. Have a great day. Have a great... whatever you're gonna do. I know, Sarah, you're up to some intriguing antics today. Holiday, tell me you're also up to some intriguing antics today. Feeding ducks, but you're also I'm joking. Listen. I read what you wrote about Rob, you know, your boyfriend and stuff like that, and I know the president's message, or prime minister, or whatever he is, his message wasn't really clear. It's basically the same thing. They've just changed the slogan. But you know what I would say, and I don't care if people see this video and hear it. If you want to go and see somebody, go and do it. As long as you know you've both been tested, that's the only difference I'd make, right? That's the only thing I would say. For God's sake, do not let this world be changed into some scary world order, because it's just it's going to be wrong for our kids, guys. You know, think of our children. You know, think of the children. It's true. It is damn true. And guys, some of us, you know, we haven't lived that long ourselves. You know, for God's sake. But that's life. That is life. But think of the children. Because we're going to have to. Because they are... I believe the children are the future. I sometimes believe that they are pains in the eyes. Even though that they try to get around by singing, Mommy's the best. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at this, guys. I have 1 hour and 25 minutes to go before I get out the heck out here and get home. Have a great night, guys. Love yous all.